Hey guys, welcome to this video. How to make merch by Amazon passive. Why would someone want to make it passive? So let me tell you about active income versus passive income. Active income is trading your time for money, aka like a full-time job. If you trade 8 hours a day for 5 days a week for a certain amount of steady, reliable income, passive income is the ability to earn money without active involvement. Which one would you choose? Trade 8 hours of your time a day for $100 or earn $100 in your sleep. If you choose the latter, then this video is for you. So here's a quote that's kind of stuck with me for a long time. So I've never bought anything with money. Everything I have bought with pieces of time I sold from my life to a job that will never have paid enough when my time is over. So just think about this message and just tattoo it to the back of your eyelids. So this is an equation that I learned from a mentor of mine. So here's the equation. Cash flowing business plus system plus outsourcing automation equals a true lifestyle. So you got to make sure you're making money and then create a system around that, and then figure out automation, and then bring in outsourcing to remove yourself from the whole system and process, and that will give you the time and the true lifestyle. So that's what this means. So I don't know about you, but the world has many business opportunities, and I do not want to be pigeonholed just to one. I'd prefer to make 5 different businesses making me $2,000 a month, as opposed to one business making me $2,000 a month. And I would just like to watch over my businesses like a good business owner should do. I'm not having to rely on one income. Having all your eggs in one basket is never a good idea. So maybe merch will end one day. You never know. You owe it to yourself to give yourself the time to work on other things, because if you focus all your energy on one model and one day it's over, you're kind of left with you're left in the gutter. So, setting this up requires quite a lot of hard work. But once you've got the system together, you can really scale things up and grow like crazy. So check out on my map just to kind of see kind of an overview of, building a business. So ideally, like with any job, any boss, they have managers that run the business, and the managers report to the owner. So if you were limited to your own business, just one business, you can only have one kind of income because you're focused all your energy on that. But if you lay out your businesses like this, and let the managers report to you, on a monthly basis, and you just kind of check over the numbers. That's what you should be doing as an owner. So imagine this business is merch. Business 1 is merch. Business 2 is FBA. Business 3 is Kindle. Maybe get away from Amazon. Maybe you do drop shipping, or maybe you do something else. So you get the idea. So imagine having all these baskets making you money. If something goes wrong, say merch is no longer over, you've got these other 4 to support it. So you can see how this is more, stable. It's probably more stable than having a job. But if you've only focused on one business, then if that goes away, then it could be really bad. So I hope you understand this. So imagine if one of the investors from Shark Tank would focus on his or her local business only. The reason why they're making so much money is they create the process and they let the employees do the rest. I know what you're thinking. Shark Tank investors are too huge to compare to merch. But if you think about it, how well do you think your boss at work, how would your boss at work do if they didn't hire employees? So, they can't go on vacation or anything like that because, the boss has to run things. So that's what the employees do. So they're trading the time for money, and the boss gives rewards their time sacrifice with a wage. So that's kind of the way the normal world works. But if you come at it from a boss mindset, you can understand how this could be powerful. So We can use the same principles on a much smaller scale. So it's nothing crazy big as Mark Cuban from Shark Tank or whatever. So I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide. I'm going to hold your hand through the process and just give you some tips on how to make your merch project as passive as possible. So it's up to you to decide to make it 100% passive or 80% passive. But I know a lot of people right now, they're doing 100% of the work. They're doing the designs, they're doing the uploading, they're doing the research. And it's like a full-time job, or maybe two full-time jobs in one. So if you've already got a full-time job anyway, and you've got another full-time job on top of that, you're going to be stretching yourself too thin. So I'm hoping this video will help you guys out. So you have two good options. You can set this up around your existing job and earn some extra money on your side, or you can just kind of go for it and do what you can with it, and make it your baby, basically. So both options will probably help your situation regardless, but I'm sure there's nothing wrong with these two options really. So if you're ready to quit your job, then you can do that if you want. So anyway, those are the options. So the video isn't for beginners, just starting out with merch. If you've got like 10 submissions or whatever, you probably don't really need to outsource it, even though it can be done. But I don't recommend it. You've got to understand the process. You've got to figure it out yourself first before you can pass it on. So from my own experience, I'd say just over tier 500 and upwards is where things become really busy for the merch seller. You're doing the research, and often you do the designs yourself, and then you're uploading, and that's 10 submissions a day is quite a long process to kind of handle. So if you think you're at the stage where you're missing submissions, you should consider outsourcing or automating the process. So there's no excuse to miss out on submissions. If you go on vacation, whatever, you've got to, say if you go on vacation for 4 days, and you've got 10 uploads a day, you've got to draft 40 in advance just so you don't miss out. It can get really, it can pile up on your shoulders really if you not got ahead with drafts. So you can imagine having people working for you is kind of going to give you the head and give you the freedom. So if you find you're rushing, you're just trying to get your 10 uploads a day, and then you cut corners and you reduce your quality, it can really hurt your ROI. So you're going to take less of you're going to take a pay cut basically, just because you're spreading yourself too thin. So with the help of some online tools and virtual assistants, passive income can be achieved from this model. So no more missing daily submissions, no more Photoshop, no more researching, no more uploading, and no more writing descriptions and keyword optimization. So does this interest you? If so, continue watching. This is the process. So back to another mind map. So this is a mind map just of the merch process only. So this is, business one. So as you can see, you have a boss, and the manager reports to you, and the manager, your virtual assistant manager, runs a team. So you can have a team of researchers. You have the designer running with the manager, and then the manager speaks to the copywriter. The manager, the manager can upload the products. Perhaps the manager can do the research as well. But you get the idea. So these are kind of the 4 steps to merge. So I wouldn't recommend to get a manager to do the designs. Keep your designer and manager separate. You wouldn't hire an accountant to like a roof tile business. You wouldn't get your accountant to do the warehouse work, messing around with roof tiles. So try and keep these separate. Keep the copywriter separate. Perhaps the manager will be able to do this. You basically got to teach a process to the manager. If they can't handle it, you can find copywriters where it's their specific role to do that. So I'll talk more about it after this. So So let's take a look at a master spreadsheet I made to kind of keep you organized in the process. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet. So I've color coordinated the process. So this is the process in a linear fashion. So, it starts with research. Perhaps, some people like to add the BSR at the time, add the niche in there, which will help the designer. This is it trademarked? Yes or no? So, as you can see, the yellow is for the researcher. So the manager will be looking over this. So the blue is the designers column. So when the designer's made designs from the research, he'll click yes or no, and then the green will be the manager. So what he or she will do, they will check on Google to see if it's unique. So that to see if a design is not copying designs. So yes or no there. Add some notes if you've got them. The red will be for the copywriter. So this is the columns designated for him or her. So as you can see, the brand name, title, bullet point 1, bullet point 2. So you teach them the process, and you let them, since they've got the skills supposedly, and they can create the copy and paste for you. So the last bit would be, is it uploaded, yes or no? So this is, the white, could be your job. So this is probably the safest way. So this is not 100% passive, because you have to upload them, and then perhaps down the line you do the copycat checks. So as you can see, this is kind of the whole process all in one. Say you are comfortable with giving the manager access to upload and do the keywords. You'll change the column to green or whatever. Oops. Yeah, change it to green. So that's now the manager's job. So as you can see, so if you get the manager to do the keywords, change this to green. So, you'll teach the colors to your workers as you hire them, and you teach them the exact process. So once the designer's made the design, you can give him or her the the master drive, as you call it. So make sure they put 01 and the name of the shirt into the files. So as you can see, this is column 1 and design 1. So that way you can, once these are all filled up, you can keep on top of organization. And say Amazon merch, they delete your designs, you've still got the keywords that you can just re-upload and copy and paste. You don't need to do the whole process again. So you're keeping everything on one page here. This is the master spreadsheet. This is going to keep you organized. This is the key to kind of keep things together, really. So I hope you've enjoyed the spreadsheet. I'll put the link to the spreadsheet in the YouTube description, just so you can press file, make a copy for yourself, and then I'm going to show you the next video on how to find the people with the skills that will, make the process for your merch empire. Okay, so the best place to find these workers will be Upwork.com. You've probably heard of this website before. So you can either make a job and let people apply to your job. So if you're looking for a virtual assistant, you will apply for a virtual assistant. If you're looking for a researcher, you make a job for a researcher. But here's another way of doing it. So you can actively find the freelancers without making a job proposal. So if you go on find freelancers, So once that's loading, so we have to look for a researcher, so the yellow column. So what do you type? So you can do search assistant. That sounds relevant. So when you come here, you bombarded with lots of options, but let me show you a good way to filter. So I'd say research. You're going to be teaching them, so I'd pay the low prices on this. You can search. These people have done a few jobs. What else? So we're going to filter hardcore here, so we can we'll pick any category. So researcher, the English doesn't have to be amazing, but perhaps we'll stick to conversational. Anything else? Okay, so these are results. So if you go down the list, you can read the profiles. So the first things to look at is price. So I'm seeing like $6 is kind of $6 per hour is kind of the bottom price for this. Let's just have a look around. We got $5 there. Indian, $6, $5. Between 4 and 7 there. So if you go for the newer ones, you're probably going to get ones a lot cheaper. So let's pick Marielle. Just check out her profile. See if you see any red flags. So she's from Madagascar, so she's French. So you can see that she writes quite well. So communication be quite easy. She's earned a lot of money. So just go through the list like this. Another thing is you can get a bit more specific. You might have a bit of luck than this. So web research, Amazon SEO. So this person could be a copywriter as well. You could do both jobs. The less people, the more easier the process. He's earned over 8K. He knows how to do Amazon SEO. He knows how to do web research. He can even do uploading. $3 an hour. So let's read his profile. Seems to speak pretty good English. This could be a copy and paste. So once you speak to him by messages, you get a sense of their language skills. So I've experienced in Amazon since 3 years. I can help you with your Amazon wish list. A little bit dodgy with the whole wish list thing. So you've got no use for this. But I'm pretty sure if you messaged him and if you was to teach him your research process, I'm pretty sure he'll take the job. So $3 an hour. So you could do you could do about 20 research, perhaps even 50. For an hour you could fill up these slots for a while. So you can get a lot of information. You get a lot of results from $3 an hour. So you could be working part-time and you could fill it up like 50 at a time, and say you can do 25 in an hour. You have to pay him you pay him $6 to do 50 listings. So you kind of time yourself how long it takes for you to do research, and then teach a process to him, and you'll be able to find out how much roughly you'll be paying. So let's say you press invite to the job and you can speak to him and see what it's all about. So I'm going to save his profile. Okay, the next step is a graphic designer. So same process again. Looks like $10 an hour seems to be missed anything. So you can sit, I think Philippines tends to be the best workers, so you can filter even more. Philippine workers, they speak really good English and the rates are really reasonable. So Paul, seems to speak good English. Let's check out some samples. Read the feedback. Mostly good stuff. Seems very reasonable. There's a lack of t-shirt presence here, so I'm gonna filter a bit more. Here we go. $7, $6, $5. So you go down the list, see the reasonable rates. Let's check out Algidion. I think he's messed up on his copy and paste. So 24 jobs in progress. This guy's a busy guy. So maybe you want to avoid it because he's got too many clients going on right now. Looks like someone's using him for merch already. So just go down the list. Let's check out Desiree. Good feedback. Seems to speak English well. Not much in terms of t-shirts. $3 an hour. Wow. So, and that looks pretty cool. I wish we had more samples, I guess, but you can tell he's quite new. December 2016, so he's probably willing to drop his rates a little bit. So let's say we was to hire him, you invite him to a job, give him some samples to do, see if you're a good fit together, and if you want to hire him, He's your man. He controls the blue column. So for the manager, I think it's best just to say virtual assistant. Okay. Don't forget with virtual assistants, if say you want to book a holiday on vacation, you could just pay them to do it. I use virtual assistants for everything. So check out the rates again. $5. So let's check out. Have I done Philippines? Yeah, we'll do Philippines again. Speak good English. So Lalaine. Speak good English. She's in quite a lot. She might be busy. Job in progress. But she's experienced virtual assistant to work with us on ongoing projects. Anyway, if you like her, you can hire her and you can ask her about her schedule to see how much time she's got for you. She seems like a good fit, so if you like what we have to say, hire them, and then she controls the green. So now is the copywriter. Do Amazon SEO. So for a copywriter, you need someone who has a good, solid English level. So we've got to be, actually we'll do fluent because native is native. So we've got to make sure they speak fluent. So let's check out Roderick. $3 for free an hour to enhance and contribute knowledge in the field. I am able to work on time. My goal is to work on quality, not on quantity. The English isn't that great. I think it seems a bit too robotic, but it could be a good fit. He's got good feedback. He's earned a lot. English vocabulary is low. Maybe pass on him. Let's check out Jeremiah's. Okay. There you go. So check the feedback. Seems good. She's in quite a lot. So virtual assistant SEO. Let's try copywriting. So with copywriters, you tend to have to pay a bit more. But let's say, for $7 an hour, she can do a lot. She can do a lot of descriptions in an hour. The sales will pay for itself. Optimize sales. So let's check out Patricia. She even has skills in Photoshop. Probably irrelevant now, but because I can't hurt. So good feedback. She's in quite a lot. tried to give part of a job to another freelancer, but then came back to Pat because she understood our needs. See, that's a great review. Top 30%, speaks good English. She could be a winner. She could be your manager. So Patricia will get upgraded to the copywriter. So you teach her the process, and that's pretty much it. And then when you get to there, the manager will, it's up to you of a manager to upload it to your merch. So now you've got your team together. So you get all of your team players to be on this same spreadsheet. You get your manager to communicate with them. Get them all on Skype or whatever. So you formulate a team. And then all you got to do as the boss, you've got to tell the manager you're hoping to make 10 designs a day, or maybe 15 designs a day, or whatever, at the very least, every day. Tell him your expectations, and teach them the process. You got to make a video around research, make a video for the graphics designer, tell them how to save the files, to use the numbers to correlate with the files. Teach your manager to make sure she checks the Google images once the shirt's been made. And the manager will check up for typos and stuff in the copywriter work. So once it's all filled up, you've got the copy and paste. You can go crazy. So all you got to do is wake up in the morning and copy and paste this information into your merch dashboard, and that's most of the work done. You've made your merch empire 80% passive. Once you're a bit more confident with your team, you can perhaps consider giving them the password to your Amazon account. I know it's unsafe, but I have a solution that could help you with the process. But I know there's currently a lot of people that they trust their VAs just to let them into the account and do the uploads as well, so they can actually turn from 80% passive to 100% passive